Alright, and welcome back to Wildwitch RP's live play. This is of our live play of the official Dungeons and Dragons Dragonlance campaign, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Now, you may ask, what is Wildwitch RP? And I'll tell you. Wildwitch RP is me, Faye, your game master and storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We are a couple who love role-playing games and sharing stories with all of you so much that we quit our day jobs and created our own companies. That way we could create high-quality TTRPG experiences full-time. We've been very... Oh my gosh. Cable. So...
I regret nothing.
We've been very fortunate along the way to meet many awesome and amazing players who have joined us on our adventure, including the players with us tonight, and you can join them in all the fun. To get started playing with us, just join our Discord and website community, where you can sign up for games, meet us and all of our players, talk about your favorite characters and stories, and even roleplay on our forums. We've got plenty of games that happen every day, Monday through Saturday, so that way you can play in our Mortal Guardians episodic campaign and fight back against the evil Coven of Zol and their dark masters from the void beyond the stars. Of course, we also offer high-quality custom quests, magic items, and our Burning Veil campaign that runs alongside the Mortal Guardians. So, take a moment during game to join us and introduce yourself. We can't wait to see you at the table. Now, speaking of the table, let's get started with tonight's game. And we begin back in Vogler. You had come to this small fishing settlement to send off a friend, Ispin Greenshield. The funeral was a simple affair, and, well, nothing really went wrong, save for a bit of heckling at the reception, but that figure was sent off and on his way. And you all enjoyed the rest of your evening until the very end, when you had been invited by Becklin to meet with her at Thornwall Keep come morning. After that, you all went your own ways, and the night went by with very little issues. You found your rest, and now as you come together in the morning, well, what do you do?
He's probably up
Of course, I'm muted.
fairly early. Be muted, Cable.
Not anymore. Yeah, Victoria's an early riser as well.
I think that Rue would probably get up, and if nobody else was up yet, or even if maybe just like one person was up, he'd probably go outside the inn to try and get some fresh air instead of being cooped up inside that place.
Vass is probably the last one up, and he makes it his first mission of the day to track down some coffee.
You could probably get coffee from within the Brass Crab. It's not like a full tavern, but they probably have the basics.
You mean they
Fantastic.
don't have breakfast?
They do not have breakfast, but they have coffee. There is a kitchen. If you've got your own food, you can cook it up.
She'll I have no idea how, like, she'll come down with her packed and everything, I'm munching on some dry rations. See if anyone else is around.
You do spot a few of your companions here in the morning.
Hugh got up before dawn, and you walked around the block and came back and went and slept for a while longer.
Oh, I apologize. Today's the day of the festival, right?
Today is the day of the festival.
That wasn't. Oh, okay. So she's not coming down with her stuff. You're
Yeah.
gonna be hanging out and
Yeah. Now
staying
you
around
were.
all day.
Yeah. Again, you were asked to meet with Becklin in the
Yeah.
morning. So.
Yeah. Well, so I'll sit down with whoever else is around. I guess Hugh's around. Sit down with you. Say we should probably all go together. I think it was a group invitation.
Well, Hugh's checking the points of his arrowheads as he's having breakfast, waiting for anything important to do.
Important. Not today. Today's. Oh well, I guess aside from seeing about this, what do you call it when dead people leave you something?
Inheritance?
Ooh, I guess that seems a little more personal. Yeah, I think that's the only important thing to.
Big Brew that would be like he'd be out walking around, but it would always be like just to the middle of town and like around the tree that's at the middle of town and like kind of doing like laps around the inn and the tree and like every couple laps like poking his head back in to see if everyone was there yet.
Yeah, you do like every so often, and as you're doing this, you do start to see the town start to wake up and become a buzz, and have been since shortly before dawn, and you do see where Hugh and Victoria and Vast do begin to gather, and it seems that you are all awake.
Okay, well, we're gonna politely wait for Fast to have a cup or two of his morning drink.
Vass appreciates that. He's not super talkative until he has 1 or 2 cups of coffee. He looks like he was drugged through a knothole backwards this morning.
Oh, we should really consider not giving him his morning coffee. Well, did you have a late night, Vass?
Well, I mean, maybe.
Maybe. You either did or you didn't.
Trying to leave a little bit of mystery here.
Don't you know it's rude to ask the bard about his night?
Is it? So it was required.
Hey, if it was a really good night, you'll hear about it in a song later.
That makes
No doubt about that.
Well, I mean, how long are you all planning to stay in the area in town?
Depends.
On what?
There are hunts for me to go on once I'm through with my morning period.
Oh, how long does that last?
Traditionally, for a friend you mourn for a week.
Oh. Well, you could spend a week in worse places, I guess. I don't think I have a week to spare, but I'd like to take a day or two. Hey, did we ever find out what battle or what are we reenacting?
You know the name of it. It is known as the Battle of High Hill. You could always ask Becklin about it when you arrive at Thornhill Keep, or the locals about it during the festival. But you do know that the name of the battle is the Battle of High Hill.
Do we know if Thornhill Keep is in Vogler or if it's outside?
It's both in and just outside. If you look at the player map that I had sent you guys, it is that keep that is.
God, I gotta scroll so far for that.
Oh my goodness, I know, right? But it's right next to the river gate. But it has like the road from in town, and it goes up the hill. It's up to towards the north.
I gave you just a little snippet of it. Northwest side of town.
So
Seems like there's a lot going on today. I don't know if we should keep Miss Becklin waiting much longer.
Yeah, we don't know what other duties you might have. All right, Victoria will stand up. All right, let's keep moving.
all right. With your coffee and other morning duties attended to, you make your way out onto the streets of Vogler and towards the keep.
Is it as run down as it looks?
You'll find out when you arrive. But the town around you is abuzz with the festive energies in this morning. Locals are setting up stalls. They are hanging decorations. Those of you that have been about have seen this happening again since just before dawn and even to now. Ahead of you, the road to Thornwall Keep climbs up a low hill towards the ancient edifice, ghostly here in the morning mist. And... Oh! Good morning, Becklin's friends! You hear a cheerful voice. I'm glad that I caught you. And from a shop doorway, out steps a young man. He's no more than 20 years old. You see, at his hip is a sword, and in his arms a cloth sack. Oh, I'm Jarrett, Becklin's student. I hope you haven't had breakfast already.
I could eat.
Why did you prepare breakfast?
Well, Becklin had sent me to go fetch some fresh-baked pies from the fishbowl, for both us and, of course, you all. We were expecting you. If you want, you can come join me, and we can head back to Thornwall Keep together.
Sure. Oh, wait. Yeah. Is he suggesting we go eat breakfast?
No, he's been sent to pick up breakfast from the tavern. And he's like, well, if you're out, you can just come with me, and then we'll all go back together.
God, everyone in this town wants other people to carry their bread. Sure, that sounds great.
It's a small town, and they take care of each other.
What was his name? Did he introduce himself?
Darrett.
Darren. Same thing.
Okay, Derek.
Sounded like Jarrett threw all the hair in Rue's ears, alright?
Oh, this picture. Oh, that poor guy.
Oh.
He's gonna
Let me
die
do-
soon, I guess.
Bam. That.
Too well dressed.
It's kind of like a Keanu Reeves surfer bro.
He's a young man.
I hope he's not carrying the pies back in his hands like that.
No, so he has a sack. That is an artistic. Yeah, he has it's a cloth sack to carry the hot hand pies. But so most of you are from out of town, yeah?
You could say that.
All of us. All of us are from out of town.
Terribly sorry. Well, can you tell me about your travels, where you've come from? I've only really ever seen Vogler.
I'm from the west. Sandcrest.
I am from the forest.
From Salamia. I haven't been outside of it, but I've seen some of it.
I'm just not from this place at all. I'm here by accident.
You're not from around here.
No, I'm far, far out of town.
We're gonna find out Vass is from like the next village over, but just like tells this story.
The ultimate plot twist.
I wish I had been that clever in my backstory.
Sorry, I'm just gonna steal it for my next character.
Again.
As
Fortunately, it doesn't seem like we have great stories to tell you.
well, you could tell me quite anything. Perhaps about your shield. I've never seen quite its equal.
Oh, that is a story, actually. And then she'll like smile a little and not say anything else. Like keep walking.
Well, you can't leave it at that. Please, I must know.
Oh, okay. Twisting my arm. I had a dream. I had the same dream. She seems like she's kind of uncharacteristically chalky this morning. Like she's in a good mood. And then one night on my way here to the funeral, I had a waking dream. It seemed very real. And in that dream, I entered a hall of a god, and he gave me some words, and then this amulet, and she'll like take the like, necklace out, and this shield with his device.
You see a look of wonder across Darrett's eyes. And that's definitely quite the story. You weren't lying.
I can't do it much justice. I'm not a storyteller.
Child, the gods disappeared from Kryn long ago. It's just a story.
Well, there's no better day to tell stories than today. It's all about the festivities and the histories of, well,
Oh,
yes, the Kingfisher Festival, it celebrates the victory of a knight of Solamnia, Lord Decatur Vogler, hundreds of years ago, long before the Cataclysm. His victory over the forces of the Empire of Ishtar sparked the founding of our village.
That, okay. So this battle is, or sorry, this recreation is kind of like a.
The reenactment of the Battle of High Hill. It'll take place this afternoon, but it's essentially how Vogler came to be.
Is that why the townspeople don't seem as prejudiced against the knights as most people seem to be lately? And by lately, she means like the last 300 years or whatever it was.
Derek kind of slumps a little bit. It's not that they aren't. They're accepting of Becklin and look past the fact that she is a Knight of Slumnia, but, well, they see any sort of aspirations of knighthood naive.
Well, you're welcome to their opinion.
And
Who did you say these knights fought off to found this city those centuries ago?
the Empire of Istar.
Star.
That,
Have I
that
heard
war.
of that before?
You want to roll a history check?
What? I mean,
Do
nat
it
20
first roll of the session. First roll of the
It's a
session.
beautiful die.
Yeah, you've heard of this. You've actually heard of this very battle
Hey.
before. And it's all coming back to you now.
There you go. Word of this disease even travel to my homeland out west. You know, we do live a long time, so history is pretty easy to pass down.
Could you tell me more about where you come from? Again, I've never seen any place outside of Vogler, and I would love to know of any sort of stories of travels and tales and adventures and...
I mean, to be honest, we pretty much keep to ourselves where we're from. I'm here because of Ispin. He visited us decades ago, long before you were born. He brought his energy and his stories, few that they were at the time, to our land. And in return, we traded him some of our own stories and knowledge of the land and the forests. Did he ever tell you where he got that green shield from?
No?
He got it from us. You can decide whether you think that's true or not.
Again,
I mean-
his eyes are a bit wide with wonder.
I'm gonna silently see if I think he's telling a lie, but I don't seem to.
So, as you eye your gnomish companion, Victoria, I mean, it's a little early for drinking, so you don't think he's telling drunken tales. But you do end up at the fishbowl. It's not a terribly long walk from where Darrett had met you. Give me just one moment. I'll get everyone a pie, and then we can head on back to Thornwall. It won't take very long.
Oh, you don't need help carrying anything?
No, I've been training under Becklin, so I'll be fine.
Well, 2 hands are 2 hands.
That's why
No
you
matter
got
how
the sack.
much training you do.
And he holds up the cloth sack, and he's like, "That's why you bring something to carry it."
don't think anyone should have told him you shouldn't put a bunch of pies in the sack. I'll say to Rue.
So, Darrett does head inside, and it very much does not take him long when he returns, and you can see a few wisps of steam that come out of the sack. Let's be quick if we want to keep as much heat upon these pies.
Great. So you grew up here? You've been here all your life?
Yeah, I've been here all my life, very much. I was, well, for as long as I can remember, I at least have been in Vogler. I was left here. And the community took me in, and eventually I came under Beckland's wing, and I've been there ever since.
So you've had all your training just from Beckland?
Jeez. Well, Mayor Raven assists in helping out, and of course there's the militia, but mainly I've been under Beckland. At least in the last few years.
I know I'm changing speeds on you pretty fast, but who participates in the reenactment? The whole town? Or?
Well, anyone. Though this year is a little different. Cudgel's troop, the Ironclad Regiment, mercenaries from that group will be partaking in the reenactment and are training the militia right now.
Oh,
I vaguely remember him saying that last night.
it's going to be quite a big event then.
I'm very excited for it.
See the state of their training then.
Maybe you should take part, Hugh.
Oh, I think I should. Show these city folks a thing or two.
I'm sure that Mayor Raven and all the others will appreciate any volunteers, especially people from, well, out of town, joining in to assist in the reenactments.
Been participate?
Many years.
I could imagine him doing that.
So it only seems fitting that we should as well.
Come, friends. Battle.
Maybe we can get Rue a pony or something, so we can see everything.
What are you trying to say? I can see
Well,
everything.
just a short pony, because you're pretty tall.
Tallest of my tribe, don't you forget it. Why do you think they sent me?
Oh, I thought you came because of Isbin.
Well, I did, but he was friends with the entire tribe.
Oh,
Maybe I was a bit closer to him. We did have a difference in age, a little bit.
he must have seemed so young to you.
I mean, I was young then too. He was young. Not much older than Jarrett here.
Darrett.
Sorry, son.
As you guys walk, you do see that the veins of bronze-colored ivy that cling to Thornwall Keep's ancient three-story stone tower. This is the tallest structure here in Vogler. From its crenellated roof rises an elaborate device resembling a catapult. Crumbling ruins of walls and other fallen structures surround the keep, and amid them lie several shallow square pits and covered excavation sites. Derrit is waving to Becklin, who you see meets you at the door. She is dressed in a simple shirt and breeches and welcomes you all in, and you come on the first floor to a library. Derrit goes and retrieves. They are wrapped in papers, but hand pies from the cloth sack, and passes them out to everyone.
Here, Rue.
Mm,
Breakfast.
thank you. Are these
You
the
wouldn't-
same pies as yesterday?
These are not fish pies. These are just
Aw.
a standard hand pie made with I would say they're made with
I'm hoping vegetables like potatoes and peas and carrots and other root
they've
vegetables
got
and stuff.
potatoes, they've got onions, and they've got bacon.
Bacon. Sweet.
Why not? Constitution check. I'm just kidding.
You know what? That would be such a great character trait, is like a picky eater that rolls a constitution check every time a new food is introduced.
All right, there you go. It's now canon. It's the bacon, really.
Rue's just picking out the bacon from the hand pie.
Oh my god.
Good morning. I hope you all slept well.
Some of us better than others, I think. Kept hearing barmaids going down the hall. I don't know what that was about.
I slept like a skunk under a log. It's great.
I'm gonna look at Hugh like, does that mean slept well or bad?
He was like, no.
Oh,
Vass will probably lean over towards Rue and ask if he's going to eat that bacon.
Oh,
He's
yours.
picking
Maybe
out
I'll
his
help you
pie.
then. Yeah, you're welcome to it. Is Vast like skinny or like buff? Like, can we even tell underneath like his edgy outfit?
Well, Vass is certainly slim.
this is armor
I
stock.
wouldn't
Mid
say
versus
buff.
spec.
He's not ripped. In fact, he's less than average strength-wise. So he's kind of lean. He's one of these people that can just eat whatever and they just stay lean.
Maybe
You know, just to make him even more insufferable.
put some meat on your bones. Just a little scrawny. I know the feeling, Bass.
Oh no, we lost Ironscape.
How did I become Rue?
Because we lost Ironscape. It should be
Oh.
fixed.
Okay.
So
How was your evening, Becklin? Was it all right?
it was uneventful after the reception, so always good news. Well,
Do you put any work into this recreation, or is that out of your hands?
I assist with the reenactments. It is, however, not. It is more purview of the town than purview of a knight, but it is something that I find joy in assisting with. You would notice that about the library, she has all sorts of pieces of tools and armors. They're all local relics. Are on display, are being cleaned up. It seems that she cares much about the history, especially of the land.
Hmm. Well, I mean, we don't want to cast a shadow over the day, but you did mention
Yes.
business.
Yes, I was going to get to that after breakfast, but it seems that most of the eating is done as he looks where, or as Becklin, she looks where Rue has picked out all the bits of bacon that now Vass is taking.
It's tasty. You'd see like a couple crumbs again, like in Rue's beard, like little flakes of the pastry. He's trying to like pick at him, but he can't find him.
Yes,
He
well,
needs a bird to live in his beard. Clean all that up.
This could be arranged.
allow me just a moment. And Becklin gets up and departs upwards to the other levels of the keep. When Becklin re-enters the room,
Where does Justin stay?
Darrett?
Yeah.
Darrett's here. I mean, do you ask him where he resides within the keep?
Yeah.
Oh, my floor, my room's on the next floor up.
You have a whole floor to yourself?
I mean, Becklin keeps to the top floor, the towers.
Oh. I'm lucky if I get a room to myself.
I guess that comes with the whole manner that we've only got one night all the way out here in this crumbling keep, and it's just me and Becklin.
Lucky.
Victoria, maybe if you treat them nice, you could stay here too and train under Becklin.
Well, I don't want to stretch their resources. And it's nice to be a little closer to home.
When Becklin does return, she is carrying a shallow wooden box. You see it's approximately 3 feet to a side. And she places it upon a table, gently, with reverence. It's been left this for you. It, however, comes with a condition. He won't be attending the Kingfisher Festival this year. He wanted you all to participate for him.
I think we'd already decided to participate for him.
She smiles at that. He'd hoped you to take his place during the reenactment of the Battle of High Hill, as she looks to your group. Every year he looked forward to participating and dying in an even more ludicrous way than the year before.
Rue was like wondering if like Ispin fell out of a tree during the reenactment.
But as the memory overcomes in the form of a smile over Becklin's face, she does open the box and reveals a round green shield.
Oh,
It is Ispin's signature shield,
Oh shit.
carved with a scarred broadleaf tree, painted in a mossy green that is very distinctive. And upon the reveal, you all recall the tale Ispin told of being caught by a unicorn in the far-off forest of Darkenwood, where his shield was blessed by the same unicorn.
It was just a horse.
Yeah, no one can tell you if this is a true or one of the tall tales, but you all recall that he did tell you this story. Or you heard it from someone else who told of Ispin.
I mean, Hugh.
I've seen many a beast in the forest, never a unicorn. I think it's just a horse.
Oh, I meant, and she'll like motion at the shield.
Oh. I'll take a sheet. I mean, I'll take it if it's a. God, it's a nice shield.
It matches your colors.
Yep. Perhaps it's enchanted after all. Maybe had a hedge wizard or sorcerer to put a charm on it.
Don't you have to be a maiden to see a unicorn? Maybe that's why you've only seen horses.
Damn, what are you saying about Ispin?
Well, I mean, obviously it's just because he was so charming.
It's so pure.
Yeah.
So, as you take the shield and you look over it, it shows some wear and tear, but it is finely crafted, and you're easy enough able to add it to your own accoutrement, and what you gain is a +1 shield.
Oh, nice.
Like you did fight with a sword and shield, right? Yeah.
Rue kind of like nudges Bass while those two are playing shields and says, "It's gnomish craftsmanship right there."
You could tell by all the dirt and scratches. Oh.
They're runes. Just another one you wouldn't understand.
Secret gnomish language.
Vass would ask Becklin if there traditionally is any music at these reenactments.
Oh no.
Not at the reenactment itself, I don't think, but for the rest of the festival, plenty of music.
Every great battle needs a soundtrack, right?
Exactly. No offense, but you don't look like the holding the line type.
I do remember Vast running in there with a weapon when we found ourselves in trouble. Even Rue.
Yes,
These daggers are for show.
those raiders you were telling me of.
Mm-hmm.
You see that her face darkens for a moment. But I will look into that. But for today, we have the Kingfisher Festival, which, well, we have a bit of time, but I will have to be on my way to take care of my own preparations.
Okay, where does it take place? The
village circle.
the recreation.
The recreation will be at High Hill, just some 30 minutes or so out of the village by foot.
Oh.
It'll be midday when we are heading out that way.
Oh, okay. So is there anything else you need from us then?
No, but if you wish to stay and chat, I can be accommodating. But if you wish to go partake in the festivities, well, I would do so now before everything gets done and all the contests are won.
I just thought that you said you had business to tend to.
And she motions to the shield. It was Ispin's wish to give that to you. The business that I attend to today, besides the last wishes of a dear friend, are to the community that I have found myself within, and attending to, as I have for the Kingfisher Festival.
Well, why don't we? Is this Jarrett? What's his name?
Jarrett.
Does he have Rue? Infected me. Does he have duties today, or could he show us around the festival?
Jarrett, who's nearby, kind of perks up. No, I could definitely take you around the festival, and I could tell you a little bit about the histories, some of the, contests that we'll have going on there. I can, of course, if Declan has no mind of it, and you can see a sort of soft smile upon Becklin's face. I have no issue with it. Jarrett, if he is willing, and it seems very much that he is, can accompany you.
Great.
So.
I forget the last night with Bakaris the Younger.
Yes.
Who was telling us about them? Was it just
some random?
It was a rando.
Yeah, just some random village member.
Who was that jerk? Why, you want to go mess him up?
I mean, I'm curious about him a little bit, but I was curious if Becklin had any
Oh, well, ask her.
info.
Get some mud on his cloak.
We're here. Ask.
Yeah. I mean, if you're done asking about tour guides.
Listen, the squires have to stick together.
It's true.
Otherwise, he'll be scrubbing buckets all day or something silly.
Becklin, that interrupting boisterous young man last night. Who exactly was that?
That is Bakaris the Younger. Bakaris the Lesser. Hold on.
I've got the Younger in my notes.
Younger. It's one of those. But he's son of Bakaris, Lord Bakaris of Ested. Out of towners from about a year back. They've been in Volga.
I heard they've been displaced.
Yes, Lord Bakaris came with the tale of his manor having been burned by raiders. The family home in Estwild, no more. fleeing here in exile.
Did they give any description of these raiders? Does it happen to match the description of the raiders that we saw on the road 2 days ago?
Not from my understanding, but we didn't collect much information of the raiders. But it is one of the things that I will be investigating in the coming days.
I might be interested in helping you with that investigation if you need assistance.
I will not turn it away.
I do come here on somewhat of a mission to learn of raiders, and I'm worried about being displaced from my own land, just as I can imagine you might be worried about getting displaced from your home.
Well, with the information that you have brought us, perhaps we can prevent that from happening.
One can hope. That's all I need from her then. For now.
Come on, Garrett. Let's show us around.
Mm-hmm.
Something about contests?
Yeah, we've got, well, there's the, firstly there's a pie eating contest, then there's the fishing contest. You've got all sorts of, bards that are playing, so if you're a fan of dancing, you can do that. There's all sorts of things that are happening.
Bards, like multiple bards?
Yeah, and you don't even have to really be good. If you've got an instrument and wish to play, the stage is always rotating. People are able to step in as they feel comfortable.
Oh, Vass. You should challenge another bard to a bardic duel.
Yes.
Battle of the Bards.
And
Yes.
ad
Yes.
lib contest.
A battle before the
A
battle.
liar off.
So,
This would be down for that.
you all catch the warm chuckle as from Becklin as you depart with Darrett, eager to enjoy what the Kingfisher Festival has for you.
Bruce should be in the pie eating contest.
The festival is in full swing when you return to Vogler proper. There is the sounds of laughter, music, and people all existing here in this moment. Colorful banners and paper decorations shaped like kingfishers decorate the village circle. There are temporary stalls that sell food and colorful crafts. In the center of the circle, an ancient tree provides shade for happy picnickers. From a temporary stage, there are a band of local musicians, which brings spirited song to a close as we have Mayor Raven Uthvogler taking the stage.
But we never met the mayor, did we?
This is your first time meeting her.
No, I guess we're not really meeting her. We're just
Well,
seeing her out there.
yeah, you're seeing her. This is your first time really seeing her.
Is she hot?
I actually have a picture.
I had to drop that at some point.
I think that's Vass's line. I don't know, those draconians were pretty thick.
What was it, 3 Cs?
Oh yeah,
At a minimum.
at least 3.
Yeah.
And while I work on getting you guys that, the mayor lifts her hands to the air, raising them high. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the Kingfisher Festival. cheers and applause fill the circle as a wide smile comes across her face. Today is a day of not only revelry, but also reflection. We are here thanks to the courage of heroes who came before us. Let us honor our founders, our family, and all those who can't be here to celebrate today. Enjoy your festival, Vogler, with good spirits, good times, and good friends. And look to the Kingfishers for good luck. And you hear an energetic round of cheers that follows after the mayor's words. And with that, the Kingfisher Festival is officially underway. All around you are all sorts of different events and ongoings. There are the local musicians that take to the stage. There are crowds that are dancing. You do see the stalls that call forth for the pie eating contest, which is having their last call for contestants.
Snap.
Q?
Someone's got to do it, right?
I don't give a lot. That's general.
We gotta get enough energy for the reenactment.
I think I have enough energy.
You've also, well, if you're going to be in the reenactment, do keep in mind that if you win the pie eating contest, that's a lot of pies. You might. Well, I think it would be an interesting death flavor if you just spew your guts, literally.
All over yourself.
Are we
Fast.
all supposed to reenact being dead, or is it just Hugh since he has the shield?
Well,
People die.
it's a battle. You may or may not die depending on your tactics.
That's right. I guess more than one person dies in battle.
Yeah.
On a lot of things.
So long as whoever plays I can't even remember his name. Vogler's founder wins, you're good.
Yeah, Rue would volunteer for the pie eating contest. Why not? Get a taste of the local
I'm
flavors.
so happy.
You need a second to eat the bits that you'd pick out.
We're about to find out.
Oh my god. You need help? You need me to rub his shoulders? You got this. You got this. Do a little like massaging his cheeks to keep him eating fast.
I don't need your help, okay? Like, I need to focus.
I'm so excited.
As you head over to the eating contest, there are plenty of pies stacked high. Must have been baked by other. It's not just one person. It seems that all sorts of people about the city, the town, have brought forth homemade pies of different types. But there are quite a bit that are brought by the fishbowl, which are the famous fish pies that are a local favorite here. But you have all sorts of different pies here. And
Can I try and find like fruit pies and stuff and kind of get them closer to Rue as opposed to the fish pies?
we will, you know what? I will allow that as something that happens during the during the pie eating competition. That if you guys want to try and rig the system, we can have those rolls happening.
Rick, I just don't want him to puke.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. We'll work. We'll do that. We can get it.
We need to keep the bacon away from Rue.
So, as you approach, there's a human fellow who is, it seems, the head of the those that are coming into the challenge. And Rue, you approach.
Absolutely. Walk up and look right up at him. here for the competition.
Well, we're glad to have you here. Can I have a name for your entry?
Rhubarb Baffle Wanderer. That's 2 F's.
2 F's, got it. Well, Rhubarb, if you would like to just find a seat over there at that table with the other contestants, we'll be glad to have you.
Got this.
Rube looks at the table. Is it just a mix of?
You see, like, it is a long table that has got the pies stacked up over it, and there are attendants that are nearby, and 3 other contestants. You see a dwarven woman who has her hair pulled back into 2 buns on the top of her head, keeping it out of her face.
Oh, she means business.
Yeah. You see another human. He is burly, looks like a lumberjack type figure. And next to him is an elf.
It's not a blue elf woman, is it?
It is not the blue elven woman you had spoken to last night.
Your only competition here's the dwarf. You got this.
Yeah, she's my main competitor, I can tell. If it's a she.
Yes, it is a dwarven woman.
Sometimes you can't tell with these dwarves.
Oh, true.
Smack talk starting early.
Can we find something to like put on under Rue's chair to make him like level with the others?
A booster seat?
Yeah. You know.
Go ahead, give me a investigation or perception check, please.
I don't need a chair.
I didn't get you a chair. We got you a throne. A fish throne of might.
You find, what you find is, like, a really fancy picnic basket that's, like, super sturdy. It would be, like, he probably wouldn't even be level. He'd probably be slightly sitting taller than the others if you put that on his chair.
That is perfect.
This is perfect.
You're gonna look down on them.
Part of my secret is you stand, you can fit more into your stomach. Right when you sit, it compresses your lower body and you just can't eat as much. Standing is the key.
That weirdly makes sense.
So, as you go over, you do get a few waves from your other competitors, Rue, but the elf is the one next to you, and... Well, good luck.
You too.
And they give you a smile. You hear a whistle, and the gentleman who is collecting names. All contestants for the pie eating contest have been finalized. Anyone who wants to watch, gather round. Now would be the time that if you want to try and rig the pies.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand, please.
Oh, guys, I used my good roll already.
Yeah.
Yeah, fast. Maybe fast. Oh.
No, Vass can't. Unless he could do performance instead.
Well, there is a older Kender woman who has like gray in her hair that kind of takes a rolling pin and smacks your hands as you reach for the pies.
I wasn't gonna eat it. It's alright.
Not the money makers. Leave these. I need these.
Well, then keep your mitts off the pies. Those are for the competition. Can't have you coming over here, firstly, stealing any of them, secondly, tampering with them.
Oh, does that happen?
Why, you'd be surprised. Someone last year took one of the pies and filled it all with salt. And it was horrible. Which is why they've got me watching the pies this year. Eyes like a hawk.
You're doing a great job.
Alright, now go find your seats. And if you want anything, just let me know. I've got a lovely stand that's over there. And as soon as the pie eating competition's done, I'll make sure that you get enough pie to fill you up.
Okay, hey, Vass.
Yeah.
Okay, she did offer if we needed anything. Do you think you could talk her into accepting a few coins to only give Rue like fruit pies?
I mean, I can give it a go. I don't exactly know how Vass would phrase it, but he'd probably have like a very sympathetic look on his face and like gently pull the Kender woman aside and be like, my friend here comes from really far away and he's finding it a hard time like digesting some of the local flavors. Is it at all possible that we could just keep making sure he gets fruit-based pies?
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Oh,
You see, like, her face kind of get, like, a motherly concern. Oh, the poor dear. Oh, well, I'll make sure that my girls know that he's having some difficulties with his digestions. And she kind of gives, like, an over-the-top wink, as if she understands what that experience can be like. And I'll make sure that he gets the more conventional flavors.
Thank you very much. You're very kind.
She just pats your hand, like a,
Vass winces a little bit.
yeah. It's right on the bruise.
oh.
But, you, as this happens, you can easily, if you wish to partake in the watching or any other sort of shenanigans, just let me know. But otherwise, there's a pie eating contest.
Yeah, no, I'm finding a good spot where I can root for Rue.
Alright. So, what will happen here is 3 rounds of pies, and basically, Rue, I will have you roll a d20 each round, and you may add your constitution modifier. So basically, it'll be a con check.
Gotcha.
For Vass, Hugh, and Victoria, you may, of course, make any sort of attempts to encourage or discourage Rue and his competition, which will allow certain modifiers to the rolls. So.
Well, I mean, I can't cheat.
Vass will smack talk for sure.
I mean, are there like written rules to this competition though, Victoria? Like,
Well,
you can't
there's-
cheat if there's no rules.
There are certain personal lines, though.
That's why I'm here.
Can't sully my good reputation as a knight of Solamnia.
No.
You have people for that.
So Darrett is going to make his way over. He has acquired more hand pies for everybody, of a more gentle size than the full-sized pies that Rue is about to be partaking in. And the figure that had called for this comes for the front. All right. So we will begin our annual pie eating contest. Winner will get a Kingfisher carving. Bring good luck.
Nice.
Losers will have great pie. So we will.
Giving Rue the thumbs up. Like, we got you.
He's got his eyes closed and he's like focusing right now. He doesn't see the thumbs up.
Love it.
As you know, you need a empty tin to be counted for a full pie eaten. Most tins is the winner of the contest. So, root for your favorites, root for your friends. We'll all have a good time. With that, we come to our first round, as these Kenders are all fairly vaguely familiar in their facial structures, so there's some familial bond to the one that Victoria and Vass had dealt with, bearing the rolling pin. Place pies down in front of you, and the one that's next to you, Rue, just gives you a wink.
Did Rue see this interaction, or does he think she's just flirting with him?
Rue would not have seen what Vass and Victoria were up to.
True.
So
It must be the chair. The elevated seat.
it's the added height for sure.
Yeah.
But the first event begins, the pie eating contest, and Vash, Hugh, Victoria, do you do anything from the crowd?
Vass is gonna flirt with the dwarf woman to see if he can make her falter long enough to slow her down.
All right, that's gonna be a persuasion check.
I could argue it would be performance.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
that
I
he
think
probably would
that-
have been more successful with the lumberjack.
Performance, I think, would also work here.
Not great, not bad.
Okay. Victoria, Hugh, do you do anything? You can cheer on
I mean,
Rue.
yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cheer.
her on. Yeah.
I believe in the fair competition.
Okay, hell yeah. So, with the cheers of your friends, Rue, you will get to add +1 for each one that is cheering for you. And you can include Darrett in that, as he does cheer for you as well.
Yeah, that's what he does.
So that's 3 cheers.
3 cheers. Alright, so go ahead, roll for me your con check.
Con check +3 then.
Con check +3, yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's a net 20. 25.
So
Hell
many
yeah.
net 20s in this.
This has
Rue's in
been
zone.
a good session. Die roll.
Okay, cool. So, with that, you've got it was
Spear roll.
yeah, on the thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was one of them. That's no worries.
Cool.
I didn't have enough room on my phone screen, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pull it in from here.
Sweet.
So, the dwarf is a little distracted. However, she also got a natural 20. So,
Guys,
with that, we've got Rue and the dwarf at neck and neck, having cleared 3 tins this first round. The elf.
Just kind of like doing the the squirm like Kobayashi does when he's doing the Nathan's hot dog eating competition, like getting the food to settle down.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Our lumberjack is also doing fairly well. He clears out 2 tins, but our elf does not even clear out 1.
I mean, as soon as you said Constitution, I was like, see you later, elf.
Our next round begins. Do we do any
Oh my
more
god.
with the persuasions, cheering, or any sort of sabotages?
Vass saw that it had some impact on the dwarf, so he's doubling down.
All right, another performance check.
Pulling his pants up tighter.
Okay, all right.
Hugh gives a rousing cheer for Rue.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Victoria will keep cheering Rue on,
All right,
nudging Jarrett to do it better.
all right.
Louder.
I'm finished. Okay, 2 hands this time. And another round of Constitution checks, and you get to add 3 for your cheers.
You got this. You got this.
Okay, we're gonna use inspiration to re-roll that die.
Oh,
Yes. Do it.
And hope that it's better.
all right.
That's it. 18.
I mean, it's a lot better.
So, it will, we've got, the dwarf, still fairly going as well, but, the elf finishes the first pie and just is starting to look sick. That is a natural 1, and the elf just rushes off before he can embarrass himself. Our human...
So laugh along with the others.
Our human, the lumberjack, he's working through his 3rd pie when you can see a hand go to his cheek, and he also rushes off. And he also got a natural 1.
Oh my god, Rue, you're gonna win. You're gonna win, Rue.
So,
Of course I'm gonna win.
Rue, you clear out 2 tins. The dwarf also just barely finishes out 2 tins. It's neck and neck. You are the 2 competitors left going into the final round.
Someone sneak in there and rub his belly.
Sleight of
Am I
hand.
allowed to sabotage too?
Get him a little extra gas in there.
You are competing. If you sabotage, it's going to be a very high DC. Eyes are on you.
That's true. If I had subtle spell,
If you had
it
subtle
was my
spell.
turn.
But we come to the last round. What are you guys doing?
Cheering him on.
All right.
And I'm like, Victoria is like fully engaged now.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Hugh's right
So
next to
little.
Victoria doing the whole thing with his arms and yelling and he's
Amazing.
pulling for his buddy here.
You do have some of the crowd having overheard you all cheering for Rue, also now crying Rue's name.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
do it.
Vass, what are you doing?
Vass is gonna get caught up in the excitement, and he's gonna promptly stop attempting to, distract the dwarf and just go full tilt into cheering Rue on.
Rue, you have all of your teammates cheering for you, so you get a +4. And then you also have some of the town's members cheering for you as well. Go ahead, roll for me your con check.
Man, I'm so nervous. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
The pendulum swings.
You have done very well, Rhubarb. But as you're trying to get through this last pie, it's a little more difficult. You're feeling bloated, a little sick, and you hear the crash of a metal tin just moments before the final whistle calls.
Who gave him bacon?
But she wins out by one pie tin. She was also struggling on that last pie. But you come in second, and you are awarded. This dwarf comes over to you, and without much, just a nod and a fierce hug. She cries out to the crowd in a cheer of victory.
Or is
so
like
basically-
stunned.
But
Is she taller than me?
not while you're on the chair with the boost. But if you stand down, she is just slightly taller than you. Not if you count your hair, though.
It's right there. I'll like nudge her like in the rib cage and maybe a sharp elbow to be like,
What?
"Congrats to the winner."
You
Your
put up a
bastard
fight.
was
Oh. She's a little bit stuffed and bloated, and you can see struggling to keep it in after that elbow.
Yes, even better.
But
Maybe this is disqualification.
it's already been called. But that is only one of the contests that is happening. You do have, there is a fishing competition that Darrett had talked about. There are other small things. Of course, there is the stage of musicians that are always changing and dancing and different stalls. Victoria and Vass were invited to one woman's stall where she sells pies for after the session. Or the competition, not session.
Well, we've been eating pies for a while now. I kind of feel like I can't eat anymore.
You can always, you don't, she invited you. You didn't have to go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll come by in a bit.
If Daryl
That-
here hadn't fattened me up for breakfast, I would have had that dwarf.
Vass doesn't like to eat very much before he performs. Vass is also wondering if Jarrett has enough self-esteem to correct everyone when they keep getting his name wrong.
He's done it like twice, and then the rest he's just kind of let it go by. As Rue, you come back, Darrett pats you on the shoulder. You did really great up there. Like, you had her on the edge up until the very end.
That was great, Rue. Is there another competition we can? That was really exciting.
Yeah, there's the fish catch.
Fishing really doesn't seem that exciting.
Well, you haven't heard about Beneborg.
What's a banabog?
Beneborg is a local legend. Largest fish in the river. They say if you catch him, you'll have good luck for the whole next year.
Oh, it's just a big fish.
8 feet.
8 feet. That was
Sounds
pretty
like
big.
more than just a big fish. Sounds like a big fish tail.
Well, if you catch him, well, you know the truth.
I think the only thing I'm catching right now is going to be some trots behind the tree, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. Do we want to try fishing?
Yeah.
Just,
feel like-
I mean,
It's not exactly Hugh's forte as a wilderness thing, but he'd have a
what?
pretty good knowledge of how to do it.
I mean, Barrett here seems to think it's going to be really exciting.
Okay. Let's do the fishing.
Vass grew up on the Sword Coast, so he'll probably give it a try.
So, there is a steady traffic flow from the village circle to the wharf where the fish catch happens. Here, the fish catch pits amateurs against the best, all competing to catch the largest fish. There are fishing poles and bait that are lent to participants, and you see that one of Vogler's best fishers is already here, along with another dozen locals. A fishing pole resting upon her shoulder, Mayor Raven takes her place as one of the competitors, beckoning other participants to line up with her along the docks. It is time to find out who among us, Kingfisher Fisherfolk, is the Fisher King. As she casts her line into the Vingard River. You hear both laughter and groans at the pun, and beginning to cast their lines as well. And any of you that would like to participate will have, of course, to lines to throw in.
Sure. Okay. Victoria doesn't know anything about fish. Well, maybe she knows a little.
So, the fish catch is 3 rounds, each of 10 minutes, and it will be for participants just a straight D20 roll to see what you catch.
Oh.
Hold on, hold on. Actually, no. It is a survival check. My bad.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. So, we start the first one, for a round. Okay. Alright, Victoria, you gotta get an 11. Keep it going.
That's a tall order.
Okay.
Boom.
So we've got
You're
Victoria.
fish fools.
We've got.
Drew is not fishing.
All right. You can. You're back there with Garrett, who's just kind of watching this in awe. And so.
You can't blame him. He's old. He's gotta recover.
Is there any way I could help them? I have an idea if I'm allowed to help.
What are you attempting to do?
I know that some of them don't seem like they're the strongest fishermen. Are there any sort of like seabirds or anything that are hanging out here around the wharf?
Not in this area. It seems that the close people on the docks, there are many people here, have sort of sent them off. As you all compete in the first 10 minutes, Vash, you bring in it is a tiny cuirassed carp, sorry, and it is 1 foot that you can add. Hugh, you get a river eel that is 1 foot that you can add to your total length. And Victoria, you get a mature cuirassed carp and can add 3 feet to the total length that you have caught.
Sweet.
So,
Not too shabby.
the next round begins, and you may go ahead to do your survival checks.
Big money, big money. Ooh.
So, Hugh, you are struggling to pull in the fish upon your line, and it gets away, but you don't fall into the water, which is always a plus. Thus, as you pull your line back, it is empty. There are no fish.
I
And
think we fished the river dry, guys.
Victoria, you feel a tug, and it does not result. As soon as you try to pull it out, you see the flash of an eel tail as it gets away.
Ah, almost had it.
All right, and then you have a final round here.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Oh. Nice.
Alrighty, so, Vash, you pull in a tiny river eel. You can add another foot to your.
Fast got the highest roll.
With my 19?
With your 19, you successfully pulled in. I've got rolls on my end as well.
Oh.
So, there's
Nice.
two things going on here. But a 19, you successfully pull in your eel. So, your rolls are to catch what's on your line, so to say.
Oh. And then it's like kind of like.
And then I've got the random generator that decides what you got. Victoria, with your attempt, you bring in the mature river eel, likely that you got that got away from you last time. You add 1.5 feet to your total, and then Hugh, you've got also the mature river eel, so you add 1.5 feet.
None of us caught the big guy.
None of you caught the big guy. Not even Mayor Raven caught him.
Fart right lied to us. This isn't exciting.
So, at the end of the half hour that you spent fishing, you have Mayor Raven, whose totals catch come to 7 feet.
Oh.
And then next highest is the Victoria. I believe you were at 4.5 feet. Yeah,
4.5. Yep.
that would be you.
Yeah.
You all receive small wooden carvings of kingfishers for good luck as you participate, and you see that Mayor Raven receives a fishing fly that she almost immediately passes off to one of the kids who are watching the festival and sends them on their way. You can see the little knocks in your handmade charms. They are very much made with affections, but probably hold no more value in a market than other such trinkets. While this is happening, Rue, you hear a sort of it's a little disgusting. A loud belch and then grumbling. And nearby you see Lord Vicaris, who is watching people fish. Never heard of a fun time quite as boring as this.
Is this senior?
Yes, this is senior.
Okay.
Is he hot? I'm just kidding.
Question of the day.
Based on that reaction that he had,
I mean, you don't gotta be here.
is he saying this like to just like
He's
the air, basically?
Yeah, he's saying it out loud, enough that even those that were kind of on the docks, the participants that are coming off, can hear it. Which, yeah, Vass, you're quick to tell him that he doesn't have to be here.
Rue would lean to Darren and ask who that is.
That's Lord
confirm.
Picaris.
Figured as much. Like father, like son, I suppose.
Apples and fallen far from the tree.
And they fall and they turn rotten.
He's a dark little gnome.
As you all are leaving from the dock, you do see one of the contestants, one of the more amateur fishers, trying to reel in something that does end up having him fall into the water. There are some concerned gasps, but as soon as he breaks water and gives a thumbs up, they turn into laughter as he swims back to the wharf.
Yeah, my gas. Okay. All right, Barrett. That was pretty. It was pretty good time.
And that goes on all day. None quite so much as fun as the first one with Maya, but I mean, there's always fish in the river, and so you can always come back and try and catch Beneborg, but well, perhaps a bit of dancing before the reenactment.
I don't know if it's proper of you to ask me to dance.
Well, how about a little bit of impropriety here during a festival? And he
Oh my
gives
God,
a
I
bright
thought-
smile.
All right. Okay. She'll grab his hand. Where are we dancing?
Just this way. And Darrett begins to lead you guys back to the village circle where the bands are playing, and there are other figures that are dancing around, and he just brings Victoria right into a dance.
Sweet.
Hugh, Rue, Vass, do you do anything?
Vass will take this cue for him to join the bards. You didn't think he had his lute with him, but suddenly he's on a stage with it in his hands.
I mean, you could always probably borrow someone else's if you don't have yours. Plenty of people here.
He has like the packed weapon feat, but like for his instrument, so he can just conjure it.
Beautiful. I love it. So, I'm just imagining like prestidigitation sparkles too. And
Yeah, no, all of that.
love it.
All of it. Minor illusion.
The other musicians on stage, they hoot, they holler as you bring this presence onto it, and they intensify their playing. The song they had before becomes this merry, lively jig, and easy to move to. And it would be a performance check, Vash, for you to join in.
That's very disappointing.
It's unfamiliar. but the presentation that you offer, people don't really mind too much that the music's a little off. They're just happy to have you here.
Just happy to be here.
Knew that was gonna happen.
They're
Perfect.
probably like, most of them are probably half drunk, don't even notice. Everyone's off his dead.
Oh yeah,
Same.
you've got the bad musician from the Brass Crab the night before. He was definitely on this stage earlier today, and no one even looked two ways at him.
Yeah, I'm blaming that guy for dragging down the overall performance.
The vibes, they're immaculate. It is at this point, after a bit of dancing, merrymaking, that you soon hear a whistle as afternoon comes to full circle. And it's about midday, straight at noon, that you hear that whistle come through. And Mayor Raven steps to the top of the makeshift stage once more. The militia will begin the parade towards High Hill. In about an hour's time, our reenactment will begin. And after that, after our victory and our history, we come back to the Brass Crab for a lovely feast. You hear people cheer.
I don't need to eat another bite for days.
Darrett nearby. I warned you about the pie contest before the reenactment, but
Oh, he's had plenty of time to digest.
let us walk with the militia. Join the parade.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do plan on participating, so it seems fitting. Hey, maybe a little marching music, Vaz?
Bass doesn't need to be asked twice.
So, as your militia gathers, afterwards are the spectators. There's a wagon that's filled with drinks, and
Oh God.
yes. And you all are able to join in the procession. Thus, your tune is lifting the spirits. It is, again, about 30-minute walk north of the village. And as figures move with you, there are a few that stay behind in the city of, in the village of Vogler, and the festivities that happen there. Darrett walks alongside you, and he's very eager.
Have you ever been in like a real fight for your life?
No, but I've been in the reenactment before, and it's quite a good time. It is a drill for the militia, so there is some aspect of.
I didn't mean to pry. I just popped into my head.
No,
You seemed very excited.
well, you're around Beckland long enough, and anything historical excites you. But I'm quite fascinated by battles and the tactics and the tales of the knights of old.
Oh, and she'll have like kind of a bit of a sad expression for a minute.
He kind of shares that same expression. But not only this, we don't have to worry about, who's going to be the invading Istarian forces. The Ironclad Regiment is going to take up that role, so it's something to be excited of.
Yeah, it's going to be quite fun, I guess, for the people of Vogler.
Well, some people are excited, some people are a little worried.
No,
Ooh,
I'm sure
it's a
there'll be some
concern.
bruises.
The rumors, vague but present, of a war to the east. Mayor Raven's been giving a lot of attention to the militia in recent days. Some people are thinking that she hired Cudgel to assist Vogler to help with this event because of those rumors.
Well, it doesn't hurt to have the townspeople think better or put faith in their militia.
It is definitely the possibility that things could be more challenging than in past years because of the trained mercenaries as opposition.
A battle is an argument. The side that believes that wins will win. A battle only ends when you're convinced you lost.
But
Oh.
okay, but Hugh, it's not a battle. It's a recreation. We already know who's going to win.
Still, it's training for the militia. And how you practice is how you fight.
I admire their sentiment, but it is a festival. You can't think too much. I can't expect too much from the people.
I think an inspired people could provide
If you
more.
don't inspect much of them, they'll never do anything.
Oh no, Sirenscape. We're about to lose Sirenscape, guys.
Well, what do people fight with?
Oh, the typically spears that aren't tipped, so more like quarterstaves and other training weaponry.
Oh, okay. I forgot to bring a training weapon.
We can provide you one.
Okay, perfect.
Passing through the woods and the fields, Vogler's parade of militia members and re-enactment spectators, as well as you all, finally reaches High Hill. You see the grassy slope is spotted with trees, crumbling stone fencing. Near the base, several dozen soldiers in matching armor stand in even formation. The contrast is striking between these mercenaries of the Ironclad Regiment and Vogler's militia with their mismatched armor and crooked helmets. But it does nothing to dampen the spirits of those assembled for the Kingfisher Festival's climactic reenactment. As you reach the top of the hill following along the trail, Mayor Raven and Cudgel Ironsmile meet, discussing final preparations for the event. The reenactment participants and the spectators breaking apart as the participants start taking up wooden weapons, and the spectators settle down in areas to watch. you each will be able to find a wooden weapon that is similar enough to your own that you can utilize if you are partaking in the reenactment.
Yeah, I'll grab a wooden spear.
Ah, Oyster. Okay.
They have wooden daggers.
Wooden sword.
Yes.
And yeah, Vass will find a wooden rapier.
Hugh, you need to find like your special. What's your sword called again?
Oh, an S-stock. Well, it's close. If a wooden longsword would be basically the same thing. Just as how a wooden sword is built.
So,
Listen, there's no good.
as you let's get listen to the sound of me walking now that we are there. So, as you each pick up your, right? The whole campaign is a LARP reenactment. I love it. I would do that, honestly. That
Just the whole thing is at a Renaissance fair.
100%. I'm actually gonna take a note here real quick.
Oh no.
LARP campaign. Underline it twice. So, as you each grab a wooden weapon and stand amidst the participants, Mayor Raven does step up, calling out, "The mercenaries will charge up from the west side of the hill. Our militia and other participants," and she motions to you all, "will charge down. In the midway where we clash, the mock fight, will will happen, ending with the mercenaries' Istarian forces eventually retreating. Please do not use real weapons during the reenactment to prevent anyone from getting hurt." Your spears are padded at the tips. Your wooden weapons are thick, so there's no sharp blades to cut upon anyone. But you have yourselves and are good to go. Darrett himself has a spear in hand, shield ready, and is standing by your side, giving you each smiles, and again, there's that bubbly energy of his excitement for this. There's a seriousness there as well. He shows his knowledge in how he holds himself and his spear and his shield. He's trained. But this is good fun.
He was gonna try and get himself on the extreme right side of the line.
Yeah, easily done. As you all ready yourselves, after much laughter and jostling, the mayor, Cudgel, and other spectators walk to a nearby vantage to watch.
Oh, we could have spectated.
As they do, the militia take their position atop High Hill. The same the same hill Slomnik troops held centuries ago. They face the mercenaries of the Ironclad Regiment at the base of the hill, arrayed as the forces of Ishtar once were. Although the event is only a reenactment, a tingle of excitement fills the field. Somewhere on the line, you hear a reenactor yell, "Let's send those Istarian rats running!"
Heck yeah.
There's a moment later where a trumpet blast signals the start of the battle. "Foista!" yells the mercenaries' leader. You see a tall half-ogre among several mounted soldiers.
Half ogre.
A half-ogre.
Holy crap.
And the mock Istarian troops assault the hill. Around you, the Vogler militia charges to meet them. As you rush down...
That's not very disciplined.
as you rush down, can all of you make for me perception checks?
That's not initiative.
Well, this is a mock reenactment.
Ah,
Where
19.
was that roll when I was eating the pies?
If that does not make its way into the out of context, I'm gonna be so sad.
I don't even remember what I said, so someone else is gonna have to transcribe it for me.
It's okay. This will be on YouTube.
Actually, I think I do remember.
Rue, you are the one that spots this. As you charge down, the sun glints, hitting into your eye off the mercenaries' spear tips, and that the half-ogre leader gestures with a steel axe.
You can't trust fucking mercenaries.
It is too late to stop the attack as you notice this. The mounted mercenaries lead their forces.
Mounted.
They are mounted. The half,
Oh my god.
and you hear the unexpected sound of metal clashing on armor rings across the field. It silences the laughter and melodramatic boasts. A ribbon of red splashes over the grassy hill, followed by shocked screams. Any pretense of a reenactment shatters. High Hill is the site of a true battle once more. Within moments, all around you, armed mercenaries attack unprepared villagers, fighting for their lives. Roll initiatives for me, please.
Holy crap. I blame Rue for showing them up in fighting battles.
Just show them up on this battlefield.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
will
like
get there
it's
when
like
it's there.
oddly fitting to have like the siren in the background too. You know, in an
I'm
interesting
so
way.
sorry.
No, it's awesome.
I meant to mute and I forgot.
Alright, so, it'll be Rhubarb, Victoria, Vass, Hugh, Darrett, and Bam. So, you find yourselves now at the start of combat, in the middle of a battlefield, and I'm actually going to send you guys a map. And you are going to be up here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Image. And let me grab this. Bam. Bam. And bam. So, you find yourselves in the north portion of this battle, or at least the portion that you find yourselves in the middle of. You are next to a log, and you have around you you notice the fray of battle depicted on your map as that artistic rendition around the sides. You see that is known as the fray.
Like all the kind of flamey looking.
Yeah, that is other combatants that are clashing, spells going off, and all sorts of threats. And in the middle of this, coming from the fray towards you, are 3 mercenary guards. You see that while they are coming in generally your direction, this moment they are caught by villagers that are trying to get away from them as their attentions turn. And they are coming from the southwest and moving upwards towards where you're at. Rhubarb, again, you're the first to act as you notice all these things around you. What do you wish to do?
I guess everybody else would notice this time too. I just was the first one.
Yes, everyone's noticing this. You're just the first to act.
I have to alert them. So we're by the little log. Can I like run and climb up the tree to get like higher ground?
Yes, you could. Do you have a climb speed?
I don't think so.
Alright, then it just takes you half movement to climb.
Yeah, climb up the tree and get like on a branch.
Yeah, easily done. What is your full movement?
25 feet.
It takes
Is that
all of
all?
your movement to get up to that branch.
Easy enough, or fair enough. Okay, I'm on a branch. And then I see you said 3 guards are kind of coming our way, but they're
So, the mercenary guards, they're mounted on war horses. They're coming in your direction, but there are militia of the villager that have their attention that are closer. So you could rush to try and stop them, or if you have something of range, try and alert and bring their attention away from the villagers. But right now, that's kind of where they're heading. So as soon as like the mercenary deal with the villagers, they'd likely be on their way to you.
How about then? Yeah, I like the idea of distraction. Rue's gonna use minor illusion to cast. Can I actually like speak with it, or can I just make like a noise? Like it says I can make a scream. Like,
You can't-
I want to say
it's-
like over here, like to try and get their attention toward us and away from the.
So the words would be too much for this spell. But I mean, you could always just call out over here.
That's too easy. Okay, then I'll just call out over here at them.
Go ahead.
Draw their attention.
Go ahead. Give me an intimidation check to see if you can divert their attention over to you.
Got it. That's a 12.
You do see one of the riders make eye contact with you and where your companions are. Anything else upon your turn, Rhubarb?
If that was my action, then that's fine. I have nothing else.
Alright, so that would have been your action. Victoria, we come to you.
Okay, I want to drop my crappy place beer and draw my sword. And then, so Hugh's not with us, right?
No, Hugh would have been, like, during this battle, you kind of all congregated during this. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. How far away are these horsey dudes? Sorry, I don't know. Maybe I missed you mentioning it. I know there's like villagers between us.
They're about, I would say, 80 or some odd
Oh god.
feet at this current time, if I'm doing my math right.
Okay, maybe it's better though for us to like. Okay, so I'm gonna call out to like the villagers and stuff around. So she'll just call out like to me, and maybe like wave the shield like get the heck over here, kind of try to get everyone together.
Yeah, go ahead and persuasion check, please, for that.
Yeah. All right.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
As you call and
Get your
wave,
ass up there. So I can take it myself.
yeah, you do see that they kind of scurry and move in your direction. There are a few swings of the mercenaries to try and strike them down, but they manage to get away just in close enough time for you as they start running. But that's all that they do. Anything else upon your turn, Victoria?
Nope.
Okay. Then it is Vass, your go.
So, I'm sorry if this has been gone over before. I've been frantically trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Are they all running towards us, or are they running across our field of view?
The guards on mount that are so like the battle's already happening all around you. There's a clash which is happening in the fray. These 3 guards are running somewhat towards you. They've been waylaid in their direct attempts by militia that were closer, and now that those are gone, they're coming towards you.
Okay, and they're mounted.
They are mounted.
Okay. This is a long oh no, the range is 30 feet, so I won't be doing that. And they're like 80 feet away.
Currently, yes.
I don't think I have a ranged weapon, and I don't really have any ranged spells that will reach them. Who is Hugh next?
Yes.
I will give a bardic inspiration to Hugh, which is a d6.
Thank you.
And are any of the villagers that were trying to escape the mounted people, are they injured?
There are some injuries, yes. None of them are life-threatening on these ones, but...
Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty much all I can do at this point.
Alright, no worries. Darrett is going to move in, rushing forward to stand in line of the fleeing militia. So he moves, putting himself between where the guards and the fleeing villagers are, in case the guards follow them instead of going after you all. But the guards don't do that. You see the horses they rise up in a whinny as they are redirected and ride fast and rush towards you. The riders low against the up. Phew, I totally skipped your turn, and I was looking at it. I'm so sorry. Go ahead if you would like to take your turn as you see the riders coming towards you. Oh, did we lose you?
Oh, sorry.
I had accidentally skipped your turn. The guards are rushing towards you. We can go ahead and take your turn.
I thought I was after Bass.
Yeah, you're after Vass, and I accidentally skipped your turn. So you see the
Okay,
guards coming towards you. Go ahead,
Okay.
you can take your
I
turn.
thought that was the prelude to my turn.
Yep.
Okay. So Hugh cries out, to me, Holmes the Vogler, to me, rally! And he takes out his longbow. I assume I brought that with me. And he shoots at the closest of the mercenaries. Applying inspiration. 15.
15. As your arrow strikes, it catches just upon one of the plates of armor and goes ricocheting off, unable to find purchase in the skin of your opponent.
Okay, and for clarification, do we have our actual metal weapons, or
Yeah,
just
I would say you have your normal weaponry unless you specifically left it off with the where you picked up your fake ones as well.
Yeah, Victoria wasn't going to carry 2 spears.
Yeah. So Victoria only has the 1 spear.
Well, she only has, but she dropped the crafting spear, but she has her sword.
Ah, yeah. So with that, the guards, as they rush forward, these mercenaries are going to they have their spears, and they are going to try and strike down upon you from their war horses. Alright, so the first attack is going to come down towards Hugh, as you've made quite a target of yourself, but with a 10 to strike, you're able to deflect the spear point that comes towards you. Vass, you see a spear coming towards you as well.
I'm assuming we have our armor on.
Yes, you would have your armor, unless you specifically didn't wear it. But
No, I think if we're reenacting, we want to look the part, right?
right.
Mm-hmm.
A 7 misses you, I'm positive.
Absolutely. Yes.
And instead of the spear tips that you see, Victoria, the horse rears up its hooves high as they come trying to strike down upon you and knock you down.
Oh my god. I get trampled?
It attempts, but a 9 will miss you, so you are fine. And then at the end of the round, we've got some fun things that happen.
Fun things, what?
You see, coming from the fray, that there is another guard, another mercenary guard. He looks a little beaten, but he seems ready for battle as he grits his teeth and starts rushing over towards you all. But Rue, it is now your turn.
That's not nice. We've got 3 mounted riders.
3 mounted riders, and then the one that is rushing over.
Does the horse count as a different creature than the rider?
Technically, yes, but I'm not going to say that you have to defeat all 3 riders and all 3 of their horses to win this encounter.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Right?
Alright. Well, seeing that they're actively attacking these kids that I met recently, we're just gonna cast a spell from the safety of what he hopes is the safety of the tree. Are there 2 of these riders that are like within 5 feet of each other?
Yeah, I would say that the 2 that are near Victoria and Hugh would be within 5 feet.
Okay, then Rue's gonna cast Sacred Flame on both of them as part of his lunar sorcery.
Ooh.
and so call down like radiant energy that's empowered by one of the moons of Kryn, and they need to make DC 13 deck saves.
So the first one will succeed with a 16. This is the one that is in front of Hugh, but the second one in front of Victoria does fail.
That is a whopping 1 radiant damage.
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage, and he's only level 2, so. Is there any way I could use my movement to climb higher in the tree?
Yes.
Climb a little higher in the tree then.
All right, you climb a little higher in the tree, and it gets you some nice protections. With that, Rue, your turn comes to a close, and Victoria, we come to you.
Okay. So I can. Well, heck, I'm gonna try and cut this guy down. Question is. Yeah. Okay. I'll use a precise strike, which will give me advantage and extra damage if it hits. And I'll smack him with my sword. Big money, big money. 23.
Yeah, 23 definitely hits.
Okay. So that's 8 damage, and I get an extra d8.
Alright, go for it.
That we're adding now. 7.
As your blade comes out and you strike upwards at this rider, you knock him from the warhorse, sending the horse charging off in towards the fray as you down one of these mercenaries.
Alright. Perfect. And I'll call out to people near me, like, grab his weapons.
Alright, as you call that out, Vash, we come to your turn.
Alright, so I have a rider and a horse up in my face, right?
You do.
Is there another horse within 15 feet of the one that's right next to me?
Within 15 feet? Yes, that would be the one that's on Hugh.
Okay. I would like to dance around and position myself such that I can unleash a thunder wave and hit the 2 horses, but not Hugh.
It'll be... Alright. It's a bit of a difficult dance, but yes, you can manage to do that.
Okay. So he does like a power chord on his lute, and this wave of energy washes out and hopefully hits the baddies. So that's Constitution DC 13.
Cool. So both of the horses are pushed back, but one of the guards, the guard in front of you, seems to resist your magics. So he succeeds on his save.
Okay.
But that means he just takes half damage from the Thunder Wave. He still gets pushed back because his mount did, so he's out of your face. And damn. All right. Anything else upon your turn, Vash?
Yes, I will give a bardic inspiration to Victoria for the impressive one shot of the other dude.
All right. So as Victoria, you feel the emboldeningness of Vash over the din of battle. Hugh, we come to your turn. You had a mounted mercenary right in front of you, and then he got pushed back 10 feet.
Okay. Well, I can is drawing a melee weapons after using a range 1 free action, or
So the drawing the weapon is something you can do freely as part of your movement action. But
Okay.
if you're stowing away another weapon, that's going to, and then trying to draw, that takes a full action. So if you just drop the bow next to you and then draw
Yeah.
your weapon, you're good.
I drop my bow and I cry out Manjui and charge that guy who got pushed away and swing my sword at him.
Let's go.
That was the damage. Sorry. That's disappointing.
Oh no. And you've already used your bardic inspiration, yeah? So, as you try and strike, the spear comes to meet, keeping it from striking against him. And you have your bonus action left if you want to do anything with that.
Nope.
Alright. As this happens, the guard that came, the mercenary that came from the fray, starts rushing inwards and is going to, he picks up one of the spears off the ground, and as he moves is going to try and take a throw at you, Rue, in the tree.
Hopefully I have some sort of cover if he has disadvantage that I'm high ground.
You do have a +5 to your AC currently, because you've got partial cover. But it is a gentleman's 20 to hit.
May I use my reaction to cast shield on myself?
Yes, you can.
So that makes my AC a 22 then.
So, as you hear the whirring of the leaves and the shifting air, you see the spear that's coming for you. Quick casting, shield goes up, and you are not struck. It is the mounted warriors after that, as Darrett is again focusing on protecting those that are here. And we've got strike at Hugh from the one that you came up upon.
Okay.
A 22 to stab down at you.
Okay. Oh, okay. 22 hits.
For 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the other one that was upon Vass shakes his head, and he's going to rush forward, rearing up his horse, and going to try and trample down upon you. However, that is a 14 to strike.
That hits.
All right, so as it comes down, you are looking at 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the hooves strike into you. And then I need Victoria to roll for me a dex save, as from the fray, a volley of arrows comes forward.
A volley of arrows.
12. You are able to just dodge, bringing your shield to get the last few that might have struck you as you move out of the way of the volley of arrows.
What the heck?
Rue, we come to your turn.
Alright, do I get any sort of advantage for high ground, or is it just that I'm covered?
You have partial cover from it's a full tree, lush with leaves, and you do have advantage from the high ground that you are currently sitting at.
Great, so that jerk just threw a spear at me. I'm going to throw a spear, so to speak, of green energy back at him and cast Ray of Sickness toward him.
Go for it.
from the tree.
Hell yeah.
That's it. 20. Gentleman's 20 to hit.
Yeah, 100%.
For 9 damage. And he needs to make a constitution save as well.
Well, he would, except that he was already injured, and he falls.
Didn't want to have to do that, but he's throwing spears at me. And I'm gonna stay where I'm at for now.
Alright. Usually you stay where you're at, and Victoria,
Yes.
it is your go.
Okay. Can I make it into contact with the one that's on Bass?
Easily.
Okay. So I'll do that, and I'll stab that guy, because what the heck, man? 17?
17 will strike.
Yay, 9 damage.
9 damage. You also free this rider of where he sits upon his warhorse, and as he falls to the ground, the warhorse trots off. That's just managing to move out of its way, not get trampled another time.
Alright, stick together, stick together. Actually looks
Trample me
around.
once. Shame on you. Trample me twice.
Also, shame on you.
You're not gonna trample on me again.
After Victoria, unless Victoria, you have anything for your bonus action,
No.
Vass, would you come to you?
Okay, so there's one more mounted bad guy?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to have him make a wisdom saving throw of DC 13 as I whisper a discordant melody into his mind.
Cool. It's a natural 1 on his save.
Oh,
God.
you smell burning toast, buddy? Holy crap.
He would use his reaction to run away, if he still had a reaction, but you can see where the rider goes limp upon the warhorse, and with no way to control it, the horse goes free, trotting off into the battle. And as you watch, having cleared this area, you see where from the western edge, a hulking figure swinging a formidable battle axe leads a band of mercenaries through the chaos. He cuts through a few of the remaining members of Vogler's militia as he draws closer to where you are. The half-ogre you had seen before and 4 other mercenaries enter into this area. And as he points towards where you will stand, particularly towards Victoria in her knight's armor. Look here! We got ones who still think this is a game. And as Dragonlance, the half-ogre, and his band of mercenaries rush forward to engage, that is where we will end our session.
Oh.
So,
Hey.
what? I gotta give you something to keep you coming back. So thank you to our players for playing. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope that you all enjoyed this. I will see you guys in our next episode, where we find out how the battle at High Hill will conclude. But But until then, head over to our website, wildwitch.com. That is where you can find out all about Wildwitch RP, all the ways you can find us on the internet, and all the cool things that we've got going on. While you're on the internet, please head over to Sirenscape.com, who provides all of our background music, our ambiance, our sad trombone to be played during dramatically appropriate times. Sirenscape.com, their website, cool things. And as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.